Tantor here with a recap of Florida State's 41-16 victory over Georgia Tech. Well, remember our rules. We don't insult college players, and it's going to be tough to get through this recap without doing such. We predicted this. If you follow our videos through the week, got to give props to Todd. He was predicting a 50-3 win, and he was darn close. Florida State called off the warpath there and saved us from the big 5-0 on that one. I usually do what I like, what I didn't like. We'll just start with what I like because there's very little of it. I think the play of the game was for Georgia Tech was the onside kick recovery to start the second half. That was really good. I like that. Coach Keys came out to try to fire his team up because the team really quit with about 5 minutes left in the second quarter. That's kind of early to quit on a game, even for us. But he came out and we had an onside kick recovery starting the second half, and that was pretty cool. What I did like, since Sims was hurt, we started Gibson. Gibson was pulled after the second series, so I like that. Put in Pyron, get him some experience out there. Pyron, Zach played okay. It was good to get some experience out there and ACC play against a pretty decent team and showing what he's got. He showed me that he has a better arm than what I even dreamed of. So I did like his arm. I did like what he could do. His mobility was decent and kept him from getting killed out there today, which was entirely possible. All right, Charlie Thomas had a fumble recovery that he returned about 70 yards in the first half. That was awesome. So the defense had 2 fumble recoveries, 1 sack, and special teams had a field goal and a onside kick. So those are the things that I liked, and that's about it. Offensive coordinator Chip Long tried to help out the offensive line by starting out running the ball and quick passes, but everything was behind the line of scrimmage, and we, I think, had negative yardage for the first quarter, so it was pretty atrocious. The second half, he just said screw it and let Pyron sling it, and it was actually not too bad there. What I didn't like, let's get to the offensive line. For every game this year, the offensive line is just horrible, and it has to fall on Keys. He's the offensive line coach and the head coach. He's got to do something with his offensive line because it's just junk, complete junk. And you can break it down individually however you want, but they got to know how to slide. They've got to know how to pick up blitzes, how to pass off defenders, and they do none of that. They do nothing well except for straight man blocking. That's it. That's all they can do. So anything else is a complete total 100% disaster, and it will get a quarterback killed out there. Pyron showed it. He was tough, and he took hits. By my recollection and my stats, Pyron was sacked 6 times today, and Gibson was sacked once. So we had to get the ball out. They got it out fast, and we were able to score a couple touchdowns at the end in garbage time. What I didn't like, dumb penalties. All we do is commit dumb penalties, and whether it's keeping an FSU drive going with a dumb defensive penalty or killing an offensive possession with dumb penalties, plain and simple, dumb penalties. We had a play in the second quarter where it was 4th and 31. 4th and 31. That's just sad. All right, missed tackles on defense. I think a lot of the guys out there, especially in the secondary, were making business decisions against those big FSU running backs, but there was so many missed tackles, I stopped counting after 15. And that was in the third quarter. I would hazard a guess, we probably had 30 to 35 missed tackles. It was horrible. All right, defensive game plan. Come on, Thacker. Defensive ends cannot cover freaking running backs down the field on wheel routes, all right? Stop that crap. Every time FSU saw that a linebacker stepped up, they knew that a defensive end was going to be covering a running back out on a wheel route out of the backfield, and they took advantage of it. That is dumb coaching. When Collins left, all the dumb coaching should have left with him. And if you keep calling dumb stuff like that, how about you take your dumb butt and leave with him? All right. umpires, picking our defenders. Our guys are having difficult enough time covering these giant receivers and tight ends for FSU. We don't need an umpire picking our cornerbacks, all right? FSU is better than Georgia Tech in every facet of the game. And it showed. FSU's probably a 6 as far as programs go. Georgia Tech's a 2 or a 3 at best. And it showed. And the final score showed that. Georgia Tech's got a long way to go. Coach Keys, this was supposed to be your resume the past couple of weeks on why you should get the job. And the resume is just not good enough. So really sorry. I think you've put forth the effort, hold the program down, see if you can get some recruits in. But this team, no bueno.